Oh, cool. So what I have is 4x minus 6y equals 9. And what I'm going to do is show you how to graph this again by using our slope-intercept form. So again, in this case, we just want to figure out what our x and y intercepts are going to be. So I'll break this up into two different cases. So I'll have my y-intercept is when x equals 0, and my x-intercept is when y equals 0. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plug in 0 in for x and then solve for y. So I have 4 times 0 minus 6y equals 9. For my x-intercept, I'm going to plug 0 in for y and solve for x. OK, therefore, 4 times 0 is just going to be 0, so I'm left with a negative 2y equals 9. And over here, I'm left with a 4x equals 9. Then divide by negative 6 on both sides. I get y equals going to be a negative 3/2 as I reduce that. Over here, divide by 4. X equals 9/4. Now, we have for x and y intercepts two fractions. And that's like, actually, you know what? I'm just going to, 3/2. All right. So what we have in this case is we have two fractions. But that's OK when graphing this. We just need to understand when graphing using our Cartesian coordinate, we need to make sure we understand what our units are. All right. So if I'm going to create my units by 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So if I'm going to create this by using my units, I just need to make sure that each unit is going to go by 4. And that's how I'm labeling my graph. Now, all graphs can be changed. You can go by 2s. You can go by 1/2. It's all going to depend on either the problem you're given or how you're going to create it yourself. So we can determine what these values are in a couple different ways. We can convert them to decimal form if we like to. However, negative 3/2 is going to be the equivalent of negative 1.5, which would be negative. So since it's y, that means I'm going to be going on my y-axis. And since it's negative, I'm going to be going down. Well, negative 3/2 is going to be the same thing as negative 1.5. So it's going to be halfway between negative 1 and negative 2. And therefore, 9/4 is going to be very similar. It's going to be greater. Now, this is positive, so it's going to be greater than 1, greater than 2, but it's going to be 2 1/4, which would be right over here, which, again, you can convert these to decimals if you would like to kind of get a little decimal format. But this is really roughly right at 2 1/4. So therefore, now that I have my x and my y-intercepts, I can easily connect them to graph our line. Therefore, we know what our y-intercept or our y-intercept and our x-intercept. Thanks.